Fox has long been the favorite channel of the Republican Party. But is it actually bad for the GOP? The question was reignited this week, not by Jon Stewart or a liberal columnist, but by the well-respected conservative historian Bruce Bartlett. He wrote this paper. It's titled, How Fox News Changed American Media and Political Dynamics, using statistics to charge that Fox makes its viewers less educated, and that the channel even dampened turnout for Mitt Romney in the last presidential election. This is the rare scholarly paper that has stirred a media frenzy, maybe because Bartlett worked in the administrations of President Reagan and George H.W. Bush. And he's joining me right here on the set in Washington. Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
Let me read one line that I thought stood out to me and a lot of other people. You said it can almost be called self-brainwashing. Many conservatives now refuse to even listen to any news or opinion not vetted through Fox and to believe whatever appears on it as the gospel truth. Self-brainwashing.
I don't think that word is too strong. I think many conservatives live in a bubble where they watch only Fox News on television, they listen only to conservative talk radio, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, many of the same people. When they go on to the internet, they look at only conservative websites like National Review, Newsmax, World Net Daily. And so they are completely in a universe in which they are hearing the same exact ideas, the same arguments, the same limited amount of data repeated over and over and over again, and that's brainwashing.
And do you believe that's more true for conservatives than for liberals?
Yeah, I do. I believe that. But
what causes that?
Well, I think for a long time the media did tilt to a bit to the left, and so I think that conservatives, once they got a media of their own, just sort of glommed onto it like a man in the desert, you know, being given some water. They drank very heavily from the Fox waters. And but what I don't think they've quite come to understand yet is it's a double-edged sword. There's no question that Fox helps the Republican Party enormously, but it's not 100% positive. There are some negatives, and I think we're starting to see some of them in this election cycle.
You're bringing up, you know, what basically you're describing negative consequences of having a channel that does reinforce viewers' beliefs.
That's right. One of the things, I cite a study in my paper where I talk about how Fox viewers in the 2012 election cycle tended to have more wishful thinking, so to speak. That is, they were more confident, unrealistically confident, I think, based on objective analysis of the polls. And you may remember there was this website, what was it, Unskewed Polls?
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Where it was just widely believed in Republican circles that all of the polls were biased against Romney and that he was actually doing really, really well, much better, and was going to win pretty easily. And as we know, Karl Rove, among others, was shocked on election night when he didn't do as well as expected.
So circling back to that point I made in the beginning about the debate rules, do you think those debate rules where only the top 10 contenders will be allowed onto the stage, does that help the Republican Party or hurt the Republican Party?
Well, I don't know. It depends, I suppose, on who gets left off the list. I mean, certain candidates have broad but not deep support. Others have very deep but not broad support. And so I think if you're somebody who feels strongly about, say, Ben Carson, and he ends up being the guy who gets left off, your feelings towards the party and perhaps towards Fox News may be affected.
Bruce, thanks for being here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the thoughtful conversation this morning.
Okay.